Hello everyone, my name is Helena Jones and I'm one of the Congress of Black Women Youth Interns. And this tutorial will be on USB usage, specifically USB drives. So first we're going to take a look at really what is USB. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus, what we commonly refer to as a USB, like the little portable drives we use. It's pictured down there in the right hand corner. That's usually what people use as a USB, but there are other USB cables that we may use for other things, like to connect laptops to printers, that kind of thing. And then the symbol there for USB is on the left hand side, and it just shows that it has multiple different components. It can connect to different things, like you can get a USB cable that can connect to a printer or a laptop, things like that. So USBs can be very useful that way. And as I mentioned, USBs can be used a lot of ways because they can connect so many things. So they can carry photos, videos, documents, music, and really pretty much any kind of file. And then they can plug into different things you may need them to plug into. So if you need to print a document, some printers will allow you to plug your USB directly into that printer and print it off from there. I mean, it's really useful if you're a student or if you're a teacher and you want to carry documents between your work computer or your school computer and your home computer. And then the next thing I would say is determining which USB you should buy. There are a lot of different brands, and to be honest, I would say a lot of them are pretty good. I mean, unless you're looking for a very specific kind of use, then a lot of the brands that I've listed here would be great. Like Lexar, Kingston, SanDisk, and Verbatim. They're all really good. I mean, they all have the same purpose as a USB. And I've put a little graph in the corner there just to show the different storage space of USBs, because that may be a deciding factor for some people. If you want to buy one USB and use it for years and store lots of documents on it for different purposes, then you may want to look at getting a much larger USB, like it must have a larger memory. So that little chart that just shows how much music and photos and documents you can store on that USB depending on size. And it also shows you that megabytes MB is smaller than gigabytes, which is GB. And you'll see that little marking on the packaging when you buy a USB. Anyone at any tech store will be able to tell you which one has more space. And some USBs do have protection on them, just so you can protect your documents, if that's something that's important to you as well. So now we're just going to move on to how you actually use the USB once you've bought it. And as I said, USBs can plug into a lot of different technological devices. If you're using a laptop or computer, you'll see that little rectangular port either on the side of your laptop. Lots of laptops have multiple ports. And really, port just being the place where you insert the USB drive into. If you have a desktop computer, it'll either insert into the main CPU unit, or if you don't have that unit, then the side of your laptop, side of your desktop screen. So usually once you've plugged it in, a little dialog box will appear asking you what you'd like to do, and that's pictured below there. Whether you'd like to play what's on it or open up the photos, whatever it might be, it'll give you some options in there. If that doesn't appear right away, go to your My Computer area or this PC, whatever it is on your laptop or computer. This PC or My Computer are the most common, and in there you should see under the devices area, it should read whatever your USB is called. Usually the name of your USB is the same as the brand that you bought. So if you bought a Lexar brand USB, under devices in My Computer it would read Lexar USB or something like that. And if it's new, then it'll show you also how much memory your USB still has on it. So if you have a lot of documents, it'll show you that little bar underneath the picture there. You can see the USB highlighted, that someone's filled up most of that USB already. And so if you want to use that USB or see what's in it, then you can go into My Computer, click on it, and you open it, and then it'll open up and you'll see the files that are on the USB already. So now in terms of saving the work that you are working on your computer, if you're, let's say, in Microsoft Word and you want to save an essay or something you've been working on, you'll just go to File, Save As you normally would. But instead of just clicking File, Save As and then name it and save it, you'll click File, Save As, and then you'll need to select a new location, because it'll usually open up in My Documents and save on your computer rather than directly onto the USB. So instead of saving on the computer, you'll go either to the top part and click on My Computer, or on the sidebar you can find My Computer in there as well, or This PC, depending on your computer. And once you're in My Computer, click on the USB drive, and then you do the same thing, just name it whatever you want and press save. And then to double check that, you could always go back to the USB and double check it's in there. So when it comes to transferring files, I find that transferring files can take some time, so it's usually easier if you have the document open and directly save as. But if you can still transfer, let's say you are on the computer working with a video, and it's not necessarily open, it's just in a little folder. You can right click on that file, that video you want to save, and click copy. And then you go back to where the USB is, go into that USB space in My Computer, click paste, right click and then click paste, and then you'll see a little dialog box appear and it'll tell you that the file is transferring. And by pressing copy, that means that you'll still have a copy on your computer, and you'll have a copy on the USB once it's done transferring. The larger the file is, the longer it will take to process. So transfers can take anywhere from like a few seconds to minutes or hours, depending on the file. And depending also on your computer and its functioning, you may want to be careful with the difference between copy and move to. So when you right click when you want to transfer files, when you right click on the file you want, you can click copy, or you can click send to or move to. If you click copy, that means you're taking a copy. You're going to have two copies, one on your computer and one on USB. If you click move to, you may actually be moving that file from your computer to your USB, which you may not want to do, because it's really beneficial to you to have more than one copy of a document, if for your own personal reasons, just to keep an archive or a record of it in case somehow that file gets lost. So just be wary of that. So now finally we're just going to go over the benefits of using a USB. Obviously it's portable. I see a lot of people around university with lanyards, putting them on their keychains so they don't forget them. And I was just mentioning it is an easy way to back up your documents. It's just one of the many ways you can back up documents on your computer, just so you have an extra copy with you, or just so you have some sort of extra copy in case anything happens to your laptop or your computer or whatever tech device it might be. It's very versatile. You can plug it into multiple components, and it's usually pretty convenient. Now, just safely taking out a USB, I know a lot of people just tend to yank out the USB once they're done using it. They make sure it's saved, yep, and then they pull it out. But there is a safe way to eject the USB from the computer, just so it doesn't damage the computer or the USB. So there are two ways you can take out a USB safely. The first would be just to go back into My Computer or PC as you've done before to find the USB. But this time you'll just right click on the USB icon and click eject, and then a little pop-up box should appear within a few seconds just telling you it's safe to take it out, and then that's it. You just pull it out, and usually you have a cover for your USB and you just cover it, and that's all. The other way to do it is on your desktop, just the main part of your desktop. There's a toolbar at the bottom. and usually your USB icon will either appear right on the toolbar or in the little pop-up box with the arrow, and you just right click on that and click eject, and the same pop-up box will appear and tell you it's safe to take it out. So that's all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact the Youth Intern Team at the Congress of Black Women using the contact information listed here. Thank you.